Hey there, and welcome to another Kidlit chat. I'm your host, Brooke Van Sickle, as always, and I have the wonderful Sandra Little with me here today. Hey, Sandra, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Yay! I'm so glad that you could come and that you could talk to us about your book. We're so excited. You have it behind you. So exciting.
Yep,
So tell
no
us a
snaps,
little
big
bit.
life.
I know. Well, what made you want to become a children's book writer?
Well, for me, I was in the second grade and I was chosen at my elementary school to go to our state's Young Author Conference. So that was really inspiring to me, and I was hooked ever since then. I had, just kind of had learned to write, and I started out writing stories, and so that was what got me hooked right away. And then I grew up writing. I was that kid, who had a poem for everything, so making everybody always listen to things. Um, what is still kind of stuck with me is that I love the feeling of creating something that didn't exist before,
Yeah.
and that a writer can give a special gift to a person that will inspire a unique vision and an emotion in that person, maybe something they needed or didn't have before, or just, imagination. I love that part of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love it too. I think that's why a lot of us get into children's books. We just, all that wonderful inspiration. Well, talk to us a little bit about Little Snap because that's your book and that was inspired from reality too. So talk to us about it.
Yep. So Little Snap, it's a book about, well, first of all, it works really well for ADHD kids. That's who I targeted with this book, or any neurodivergencies. So it's a story in which a child will see themselves in their everyday struggle with making mistakes. Um, so what I wanted to accomplish with this book is that the child would see that they're loved and valued despite these mistakes. And also for the parents, I needed a message in there for the parents, and it helps them to see the behaviors with a new lens, that if you give a child what they need, they'll be more successful.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's so great. And, there's so many kids that are told, like either you can't focus or you can't pay attention. So to even have a book that's directed for ADHD is just, it's so cool and it's gorgeous. I think your cover is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and Snap has a hard time with focus. He's very jumpy and excitable, and he gets into a lot of mischief.
Yeah. Well, I bet that's fun for the kids though. They're like, look at
Oh
this.
yeah, they really liked it. My youngest daughter, she was 5 years old at the time that I decided to start Snap. Um, and I could see the defeat on her face from being redirected and corrected, and that really just bothered me. And so I wanted a way to kind of tell her through story how I feel about this behavior, and
Yeah.
that it doesn't get in the way of my love or her value of who she is. So this rambunctious little clothespin that had lived in our family and bounced around, in our imaginations for years because I had made it up for an older daughter, he seemed like the perfect fit for this story. So I use Snap to tell the story and to get the message out for kids. Um, I have a lot of training in child behaviors and things. I was a foster parent for 10 years, so we worked with a lot of neurodivergent kids. And, I wanted to give other parents the insights that I had gained through the years of working with the children. And, so kids with traumas, they have a lot of the neurodivergencies also, and just kids with ADHD or any kind of thing. This book is being used alongside therapy right now in a couple places. So it's worked well for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and you can tell that it actually resonated with a lot of people and that it was really popular with audiences because you got Amazon bestseller when you debuted this book. So talk to us about
Yeah.
that. That's a huge accomplishment.
Well, that was way exciting. For me, that was a goal. So when I started really kind of learning and diving into this author thing, um, I learned that this was something possible to do. So it wasn't that I had spent 2 years on making, creating, and writing and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. Wasn't enough. Now I had to go for the goal of trying to maybe be a bestseller, if that was at all possible. So I had learned, some things to do to help maybe make that possible through my launch. So anyway, I lined up everything I could and did those things. And then, like every other author on my launch date, which ended up, I was gonna do it the following week, but I can't even remember the events that led up to it. And I said, nope, it's today. I'm doing it today. So I got a hold of everybody that I had asked, if they would support me in this. And so I launched the book that day. And then, like everyone else, I started watching the ratings on my book on Amazon and climbing, and then I was number one. And so that was super exciting, wow. And that stayed like that. And then I think it's somewhere around 24 hours after or whatever. I sat on the couch by my husband and I just looked at my phone to check where it was in the ratings, and the big orange banner was there. And so anyways, I was just like, whoa, I think I dropped my phone and I turned to him and I said, I just got best-selling author. Like I just didn't even, I wanted it to happen, of course, but it was really a surprise, and it was really super exciting that that actually even happened.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. Well, what would you say would be like your number one advice for anyone who's watching this that's like, I want to do this. I want to be an author and bestseller or something. Like, this sounds awesome. What would be your advice?
Right. I would say that, I mean, it's attainable for most people. It's just that you really have to learn everything you can. And hopefully you do it different than I did and you learn it before you actually get into writing your book very much. And, if you've already written this book, just take your time, stop where you are maybe, and really just start to learn the industry and become a student of the industry. Like read the books, attend the webinars, enroll in Brooks' course, just and know that it's a long process. It's just not going to happen quick. It takes a lot,
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
but
I
it's
think that's
doable.
such good advice. It is doable. It is. And once you have people that
Yeah,
can like help guide you along the way, it makes it easier and faster. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
love
was really lost when I started also. I didn't know anything about it. And what I had learned about it when I was younger, and I thought maybe I would want to be an author and get something published, everything had changed. And I just was busy all these years, raising my
it.
family and such. And then by the time I really decided to pursue this, it was quite a different publishing world.
Yeah. Oh, I think that that's like the norm. Like you want to do something and then it's like everything else starts getting in the way. You have family, you have kids, the school, everything that they have to do, their activities. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, are you working on anything new or any upcoming projects that we should know about?
Well, I am got a lot of things. I thought I was gonna start pursuing publishing with one story, and I like the story, but it really takes a lot of time, a lot of your resources, a lot of energy, and even financial commitments, from everything you do to getting one of these books illustrated and published, that I just have kind of another idea I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
So for right now, I'm backing up and I'm going to start on this other idea and kind of in this construction phase of that, and see where I can go with this. And I'm trying to make sure it's going to fit in the market and where it would best fit and what type of book I would want to write it in and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's so fun. Take a break from publishing and marketing and just go have fun and
Yeah,
write, be creative. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
exactly.
Well, this has been so wonderful, Sandra. Thanks so much for meeting with us and for talking about your publishing journey. Guys, Little Snaps Big Life is available now. Go check it out. Amazon's a great spot to get it, but you can also just purchase it wherever you like to get books. So, Sandra,